Ladies and gentlemen,
can you hear me? Oh, there we go.
This is the Aaron Show.
Yes. Wait. Yep. Can you hear me? Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right. What is going on, everyone? Your two favorite slumlords are back for another episode.
Yeah, dude, more or less. Whatever. I feel like the guy that Johnny Cash and Trent Reznor were singing about in the song "Hurt." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I have a fucking mountain of dirt, and I'm sitting on the throne at the top.
And
not so bad. Could be worse. Could rain. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And I got mud.
I wish I could. This would be the moment when you could I would recite some of the lyrics, but I don't even remember any of the lyrics of that song.
Hurt? No. Dude.
My soul done today. My heart is not okay.
Okay. That's not Hurt.
We do.
That's a good song. That hurts
what
me.
we need.
I do what we need.
And then we smoke some weed.
That's pretty good. It's Willie Nelson.
Hurt. Oh, it hurts.
To smoke weed.
Oh.
Dude, the funniest thing happened when the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl that they won. So it was the day of the AFC Championship. Dayton and I were hanging out, and we wanted to go get food or whatever. So we went to that Applebee's that was on Berry Road. That's not there anymore.
I know, right? It quickly shut down. No one said anything. There was there was no warning. There was no sign. Nothing.
Yeah,
it wasn't like, hey, we're closing here soon. It was just like, was there? And the next
an
morning,
announcement in the paper.
Yeah, you drove by it the next day. You're like, wait, was there an Applebee's over there? It was a flat piece of land.
We went to all the time when we were younger. But anyway,
and they made it Chase Bank.
Now it's a good looking bank. But yeah,
so
we
weird.
went in there
so
on
random,
the happiest day in Kansas City, and since the Royals won the World Series 4 years previous,
right?
And people in the bar are fucking pumped and feeling good, and the song playing on the radio thing was "Hurt" by Johnny Cash.
What the fuck?
In a family restaurant, who fucking did that? It was, and then they played a Red Hot Chili Peppers song about him being addicted to heroin.
Right. Really?
Yeah, I mean that's half of the songs.
Yeah, hurt
under the bridge, I think.
Lyrics. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel today to see if I still feel.
I focus
on pain. The only thing that's real.
Yeah, that was
the
needle song.
Tears a hole. The old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away.
But I
remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone. You start playing those bongos. Oh, you are. I was like, that is a pretty good sound. Everyone I know goes away in the end. And you could have it all. My empire of dirt.
It's just a strum.
I still lay you down.
You could have
I will make you hurt.
It all.
It's some of the most depressing lyrics ever.
Nine Inch Nails wrote it, so Trent Reznor wrote it, and if it.
Oh yeah, he didn't originally write that song.
He wrote it originally.
Okay,
yeah. And then Johnny Cash covered it because Johnny Cash was putting out his last album or something, and he was covering a few songs to be singles, so he did that, and he covered Your Own Personal Jesus by Duran Duran or whoever it was. So it was a weird little mixture of goth bands that he was fucking with. What happened? Is that one on? There it is. We'll fix it in post. We'll post it in fix. We'll fix it in fix. But yeah, then he died.
It'd
be funny if you had clappers.
I don't think that camera never got push recorded. It was all right.
Really? We got 2 running. We're good.
Yeah, no, we'll just go to master to you, master to me, then that, and then somehow that will cut in, and then we'll start.
Nobody will even. It'll be seamless.
No one will realize it until actually right now. So anyone watching this up till I don't know.
7 minutes or something.
7. I don't.
Where are we at?
4 minutes in, like 4.5 minutes in.
4 minutes feels like
You're gonna.
7
It's
minutes.
gonna be master Aaron, master shot Aaron, master shot Aaron, and then now hi everyone. I'm here.
John.
There's at least a quarter shot of me, 3/4 shot or whatever the hell it's called, medium shot.
It's a half
Anyways,
what have you been up to? We haven't done one of these in like 3 weeks, right?
2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks.
2?
Yeah, well, because we were supposed to do it last week normally, but I think you had a show or something. Didn't you? Weren't you out of town?
Well, I'm trying to do like the Monday open mics as well as this. So like every other week, I'm gonna try to do this, and then
one of
the
them.
next one is the mic.
It's beautiful stuff.
Just trying to get out,
Mm-hmm.
Kind of losing my mind. I just realized that this is the first time since moving back with my parents. It's the first time I've lived with non-comedians in like 3 years.
How does it feel?
It's crazy.
Is your brother living there?
No, he's not allowed there.
Where's he at?
Legally, he's not. He's in a halfway house somewhere.
Oh, really?
Kansas City, I think.
Hmm.
I don't know. They put him somewhere.
Yeah, but so you just been how's it just been? You've been living in your parents'
It's
basement?
fine. Yeah,
It's fun stuff, isn't
it's
it?
all right. I mean,
For
I
free?
don't have a rent, which is cool. But I am like bored out of my fucking mind most of the time. Like I've been writing a bunch. Like I had been writing a bunch. I've been like making stupid fucking TikToks here and there about writing, which is fruitless.
You're what the
endeavor.
baseball rock? What? No, rock
My
baseball.
rock
Rock
ball.
Rock ball.
I haven't been. Well, I hurt my elbows doing that video.
Did you?
Yeah, because my elbows are always fucked up, and I was just swinging the shit out of this bat, and it's usually my left elbow, and then the right one started hurting, and it still hurts. It was like a month ago.
Jesus. Damn.
But yeah. Anyway, I've just been fucking. I've been watching Deadwood. Deadwood's good. If anybody's wondering, Deadwood's a good.
Is that
show.
the Western one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the HBO one with Timothy Oliphant.
I just watched last night. I guess I watched Dune for the first time, and I watched.
Couldn't get through that. Twice I couldn't get through.
Really, I
fucking.
loved every second of that
Really?
movie, and that looks like a movie I would absolutely despise.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Which I was surprised too that I actually enjoyed the shit out of it, but I did.
I like movies like that. Like I like sci-fi, epic, whatever the fuck.
Because it was like, oh, this is a lot like Star Wars, but whatever. I'm like, this feels like just like another man's version of Star Wars, of like someone because those are all the same. We're all kind of the same thing. It's like some creepy, weird creatures.
They're all based on, Star Wars is not based on a book, but Dune is based on books that were written before Star Wars was written.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
I take that back then. I will.
I think. Don't quote me, but I'm fairly certain they were written in like before the 70s, whenever George Lucas was coming up.
I mean,
with
like
Star
the books are like that goddamn
They're
thick.
huge.
They're like the Lord of the Rings.
Mhm.
I could not get through those movies.
No. You couldn't get through Lord of the Rings?
None of them.
I love Lord
None
of
of
the Rings,
them.
dude.
None of them.
I like that medieval looking kind of. I like Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
and
even
whatever.
the epic battles, I could not get through. The
Yeah.
epic battle at the end of the first one, I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna go to sleep, and I fell
I'm
asleep.
not excited about the Amazon series that they're putting.
No, they're gonna run it to the ground.
Dude, they
That's what they've done to all these things that we've
Amazon
loved.
sucks at making
Well, no,
shows.
it's not even just that. It's just the fact that like it's things that didn't need to be touched or
Yeah.
getting touched, and you're like, there is no need, and we're not helping this. It's not helping.
It's like
It's a money grab.
every streaming service is trying to make like their own Lord of the Rings or their own Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and it's like you can't do that. That's what made That's what made Game of Thrones good.
Well, what
I
made
never
Game of
saw
Thrones
it. Game of
good is
Thrones.
that it was different and you didn't know what to think, like what was going to happen. Because
Right.
like everybody, the main people die all the time.
All the time.
It's all up in the air, and that's the game, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But they made a show called Wheel of Time that was based on like these really popular fantasy books, and it just fucking sucked.
Really?
I watched the first episode, and I'm not familiar with the book or anything, but fucking just horrible.
Really?
Just garbage, dude.
And then the other one I watched yesterday was Coda. I finally got to see Coda.
How's that?
It was emotional.
Did you cry?
I cried because
Yeah,
it's a good
it's like a
story.
sad movie.
Yeah, well, because it's like there's emotional parts to it, but it's a very after school special
Is it like
ish.
uplifting?
It's supposed to be, and it's very like the reason why it's after school special because everyone wins.
No.
So the girl wins, like the parents, even though they're deaf, like even though they're losing the dog. I did.
Everyone who's deaf loses. They all get killed in the movies, even though they're deaf. Jesus Christ.
But like in the sense of like, well, because like they're losing. The story is like the daughter's supposed to. She's a really good singer, so she wants to go away to college to become a singer or go to school for music.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, they need her to help like communicate and translate. So when they would sign, and then she would tell us like what they said. And so like, well, they're not going to be there. Well, at the very end, like they end up winning because they get something like because they're fishermen. So like the brother gets a thing. Everyone went like
She's
even
the only one who's not deaf.
Yeah. So because CODA stands for Children of Deaf Adults.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, the whole story is like her figuring out that she's an amazing singer, and
she's not deaf though.
No, she's not deaf. She's the only one in the family. But what was so crazy was like, well, it's based off of a book. And it's like it was French. It was based off of a book, and it was a French movie. And they didn't, and like the big controversy back then, I guess, was they didn't use any deaf people. But I'm like, that was back then when they didn't give a shit. They're like, we want to make a movie.
Molly Matlin was.
I think that's, you know what, the truth. I think that would have stayed if none of this woke shit would have happened. And I shouldn't call it woke shit because it's not shit. It's
I mean,
necessary,
like,
but
the problem with is that like there probably just weren't enough deaf actors.
Yeah, like they make
that
it
were, like,
seem
getting attention and stuff.
Yeah, because like the thing is like they want like certain people in these roles, which is understandable. I get that. You want to be represented, and everyone wants to be represented, but sometimes there just isn't anyone in that. There is.
Yeah, I can see that for like that argument being made for like deaf people.
Right.
Because I just don't know. Like I know, like when people are like, why are they letting white people play Egyptians or whatever? Like they weren't. And they're like, I don't know.
There probably just weren't that many Egyptians. Yeah. We just don't give a fuck.
We could fucking put them in. We don't give a shit. Charlize Theron's from Australia. Same thing.
She tan?
Whatever.
But I almost think
yeah,
sometimes.
so it's like deaf people. I don't even know. I'm sure there's a ton of actors and actresses that are deaf, but fucking.
But then, like, I was like watching this movie because I was like trying to figure out like how do deaf actors act in movies? Like, more is there more? Is there a series of movies, or is there like a genre of movies that like deaf people act in, and like by
films?
Yeah, and they're just subtitled. That's what it would be basically. It would be a silent film.
Yeah.
So
just sign language.
Yeah, and so
I'm sign language in it.
Yeah, but there's and so then they put subtitles underneath it, so it's cool. But then whenever the girls because she speaks and she does her signs.
Yeah.
I mean,
at the same time. Yeah. That's the sound she makes when she does it. I'd like to learn. I think sign language would be a cool thing to figure out.
You know what's so funny too is like there's like American sign, which makes total sense. Like when you think about it, there's like American sign language, Japanese sign language.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
It's weird.
It's
like we all have kind of the same hands, right?
Yeah. So you
Japanese? I mean, Japanese. Obviously, like lettering and symbolism or whatever, symbols are completely different than.
But if we're like both describing with our hands, like an ape, like you should be able to do that in English and in
or like
Japanese.
Hello, or whatever.
You would think.
I wonder if there are like those ones that cross over. We'll have to look it up. We'll have to do sign language. I did hear that it was surprising that yeah. Fingers crossed. That means luck. I remember people being like surprised that it won Best Picture.
I mean, it makes sense
think it
though.
Deserved it.
Like
what was your Best Picture of the year?
I'd probably say, oh man, let me think here. I like Power of the Dog, even though a lot of people didn't like it because it was very slow. But I thought
that's the one I heard was going to win. I never saw it.
I thought it had the best, like, cool little twist at the end, in my opinion. I thought it was a cool little twist, but it was kind of a weird movie in the sense of like how it got you there.
Yeah.
And I will totally agree with that. And it was super slow, and I will agree with that because it was.
Yeah.
But I thought the payoff was so worth it.
Really?
Yeah.
Right.
So. But
I think the only one that was nominated that I saw was Come On, Come On. I think that was nominated. That Joaquin Phoenix movie about him watching his nephew while his mom and dad like go through.
It got nominated for like I think sound or something. It got nominated for best.
I think he got nominated for actor too.
Yeah, it was actor,
supporting
and then
actor for
the
kid.
chick got nominated for
Yeah.
best supporting actress. I
She's
believe.
great. She played.
I was come on. I never saw that one.
It was fine.
It was all right.
I don't care for Joaquin Phoenix that much. For some
Yeah,
reason.
he's a very hit
I
or
didn't
miss.
like him in that movie very much, but I feel like it was.
Did you
just
see
like-
Joker?
I like Joker though,
Okay.
but he was like playing a character. In this one, he was just like kind of himself as an uncle.
He's just a man.
He just, I don't know. He just kind of weirds me out.
Okay.
That's an easy movie though, because it's just like this. If you, I couldn't not separate. It's just like this old 40-year-old guy actor hanging out with this like 12-year-old kid or 10-year-old kid or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. I don't know. That shit's just strange to me.
What, as a movie?
It makes,
like,
yeah, makes me kind of uncomfortable sometimes.
so you would never want to, like, if you got cast in a movie and it was like you and this, like, it's you and like your
And I have to,
nephew,
like, yeah,
and
I
it's a
don't
story
wanna,
about like you teaching him how to be like a man before
Yeah,
you.
I don't want to have a scene where I have to like give this kid a bath.
Oh, okay. That's
know?
what you're not wanting
Like,
to
I
do.
think that was in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So the
and
scene that didn't need to be could be easily written out, and you could
I
easily
don't know.
you could have easily wrote it in a different way.
But
where
it
they're
was
eating.
also but it was also like the point of it was the kid, like, you know, getting to know his uncle better or whatever.
Okay.
'Cause his uncle, the kid and his mom lived in like San Francisco, and his uncle lived in New York. And so he flew over there, and then he went to New York with him because his mom had to go take care of his dad was like a drug addict or some shit.
Okay.
And so he like had to stay. Yeah, I don't know. It was a good movie. It was just weird.
Yeah.
Definitely when I
A movie
watched
you
it.
probably would like that got nominated was it Licorice Pizza?
Yeah, I heard that one was good too.
It's very
but also
quirky.
Kind of fucked up.
Yeah, it was kind of.
This is like a 15-year-old and a 25.
Yeah.
But it's a girl, so.
But so it's not as bad.
Yeah.
What's your thought? What's your thoughts on that? Do you care? Like, would
It's
you?
a fuck. Well, okay. So for me, having just watched what's the Paul Thomas Anderson movie with the porn, with Johnny or Marky Mark in it.
Oh,
Burt Reynolds. God damn it! I just watched it a few days ago.
Boogie Nights
Boogie Nights. I just watched Boogie Nights. So like
for first time.
in that, no, I'd seen it before.
Isn't that a cool
I
like
just rewatched
that
it.
continuous shot?
It's great.
It's awesome. It's a great movie.
But
It's
like there were parts
beautifully
of it
shot.
that I'd forgotten about, and it's a great movie.
Yeah.
But there were parts in it where, you know, and that's a part of that what the porn industry was like in the back in the day, especially. It was like these 17-year-olds would just go do porn,
Yeah.
and like they were fawned over. So, and like all these bands that people like Led Zeppelin was fucking 14-year-olds. Like all the people in that band.
It was
were
so
fucking,
weird that
like,
that was an okay thing.
you know, and it's crazy.
Is it because like people just weren't that educated, or was the fact that there was
I
not that
don't
much
fucking
technology
know.
where we could just?
I feel like there was more, especially like now it's easier to get the info quick,
All right.
right? So I feel like back then it probably wasn't that like even a news story, you know? It was
Right.
probably just like why?
Why would we care?
Yeah, I feel like people were thinking like it's none of my business, so why would I care? And whatever.
Like I wouldn't do it, but he can do it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
like I think one of
That
them
makes
was
sense. That can. So
a few
gross.
rock stars like took these
Well,
girls.
Elvis Presley.
Sure. And like, what's his name? The guy who made Great Balls of Fire married his 13-year-old cousin.
Oh yeah.
Not Jerry Lewis. Whatever the fuck his name is. Maybe it was Jerry Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis. He married a
Jerry
15.
Lee Lewis.
He
Yeah.
did do something. Yeah.
13-year-old cousin.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then he fell off. They thought that was weird because it was his cousin. And she was like 13, but like
Then he
10
married
years
like
later,
he was married to like 7 women.
Yeah.
It was something insane.
But like 10 years. Uh-oh.
nothing.
Not the ice.
Nothing spelled.
But yeah, I think it was like Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, like got the parents' permission of this 15-year-old girl to take her with him on the road
on a tour. Yeah.
and just have her. And then Ted Nugent did that with somebody, and he also wrote a song about like a 14-year-old or something. Fucking Led Zeppelin, of course, were banging 14-year-olds. I mean, they all were, you know. So like with Licorice Pizza, it was just like, first of all, you didn't have to write it to be 15. You could have just made him 18.
That's true. It's like
Because 25-year-olds and an 18-year-old is kind of fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, especially like coming from this fucking town,
Yeah.
like that shit happens.
All the time.
Which sucks. You know, it's weird.
Yeah.
But it's a 7-year difference, and you're not going to tell me when you're 30 that you probably wouldn't think about dating a 23-year-old, or when you're 35, a 28-year-old. You know,
Right. Yeah.
I don't want to date a 24-year-old because we're completely different people,
Totally different.
and like whole perspectives and shit. But some people don't see a problem with that. And that's whatever, because they're both adults. But I'm still gonna watch it because I want to see how good what's his face's son is at acting. And
Gandolfini's.
No,
Was it Gandolfini's?
That was a Soprano movie. It was God damn it, I don't remember his fucking name.
I don't remember. I didn't know he was the son of somebody.
Right on the tip of my tongue. The guy who died, he was in. He had died of a heroin overdose. The guy from The Master.
Oh, Hoffman.
Hoffman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seymour Hoffman's son. That was him. He never acted before.
Oh.
And then that
Okay.
girl was from that band Haim, and she never acted either.
Yeah.
I think that part is interesting to me. That's why I was interested.
Just having two people who've
in
never
it.
acted before act. Yeah.
Yeah, like in a major motion picture. Yeah. And I like Paul Thomas Anderson, but also I'm like, well, you didn't have to make him 15.
Nope.
Probably.
Well,
she could have been 18 or
it's like
16 or 7, whatever. I don't know.
It's like when do you ever watch Euphoria?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's
Does
weird.
it make you feel weird watching as a man?
Yeah. Well, watching
'Cause
it as
all
a
these people-
31-year-old, it's not just as a man, like, whatever. Just I'm old now.
Yeah.
I used to watch like Degrassi and Skins and shit when I was in my teens and 20s, and eventually like I grew out of Degrassi, but like Skins like scratched that itch of like teenagers that were just doing stupid shit that's never happened to real teenagers.
Yeah.
It's just so exaggerated and crazy. But yeah, Euphoria is just fucking nuts.
Because it's like, I shouldn't be seeing you naked because you're supposed to be
supposed to be
16, 17,
Yeah.
and like that's under it.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh,
But
look
the
at these.
actors are really old,
Yeah.
over 8. It's like, all right.
That doesn't matter. But in the story that you wrote in script form, she's 16.
16, she's a child.
And I'm now seeing her titties.
Yeah, dude,
Or-
it's weird.
Or I'm
It's
seeing like
weird.
16-year-old dick. And I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't, none of that stuff's shocking. That's not the shocking part of it. It's shocking is that you're supposed to be 16 and you're
Yeah.
showing me this. That's what's the shocking part.
Write a fucking show about kids in college.
Yeah, and then show as many wieners as you want.
Shit.
Show as many dicks as you want.
God damn, why not?
Yeah.
Can't we have a college show? College is fun,
Yeah. College was real fun.
right?
Yeah.
I didn't really know. I didn't really do anything in college, but I've heard it's good.
I heard it was fun.
I've heard it's worth it.
So, I wanted to, what was it? Okay, so I don't know why, but it's been really pissed me off lately.
Mhm.
I've been seeing a lot of inspirational quotes. I don't know why. It's been an uptick of them again.
Really?
Yeah. A lot more than normal.
Coming out of the darkness of winter.
Yeah, I think that might be it.
Maybe.
I think that might be it. But I'm like, what's your thoughts on that? Okay. It might be better if I give you an example.
It depends
of
on the inspiration, like how interesting it is. I think if it's just like some generic shit, that's just like you've only got one life to live.
It's like
so live
the
it
longer you
best.
it's stuff like this. Like the longer you entertain what is not for you, the longer you postpone what is.
Uh-huh.
It's like that's it.
So for like stuff like that, that was said in context, like in however long ago when the English language was more refined and fancier sounding,
Yeah.
you could just write it, like modernize it,
Right.
and I think it would be fine.
Mhm.
But like people post shit like that to make them feel some weird superiority.
Yeah. Do they feel like they're like smart?
Because they get what it says.
Yeah. Like and it's
I
like you
understand
don't
this.
because because what I didn't say underneath it's like read again. That's what it said. It's like
Did
no.
it have the who quoted? Like,
No,
who was-
no, it's
that's
just-
what pisses me off.
Oh, okay.
Fucking attribute who said it.
That's true.
I want to know who said this shit. I want to know if it was
So I can
like-
hate them too.
Well, no, I want to know if it was like an actual like philosopher or like a smart
Okay.
person or some fucking turd that wrote it in a song 6 years ago or whatever. you know?
Right.
I want to know if it's in a Backstreet Boys song. That's all.
How funny. I should just start. I've been like, I should start like quoting like Hanson songs.
Yeah, you should. You should just in between the memes that you post on your story, you should post just like really lame inspirational quotes. Just like some of them are just so blatantly obvious.
Yeah.
And that's just like the cynic in me that's like, because it's hard to put yourself in that person's shoes, and maybe that helped them to like
But it's like,
put it out there
but it's
or
like,
whatever.
how simple is it?
I know.
That's what
Yeah.
irritates me. Is like, how simple are you?
How easy are you dragged in by something that is so obvious?
Right.
Because that's why people get pulled into cults, you know? I mean, that's it.
It's true. Yeah.
Like, next time you see somebody post something like that, check where the watermark is from and see if it's like some fucking multi-level marketing scheme or some kind of weird life coach shit.
Mhm.
You know, life coaches are so stupid.
Yep. I don't get them. I don't get why.
There's so much that you can do to deceive people to become rich.
Like, but why a life coach? Like, that's such a weird
'Cause it's
thing.
vague and
It's such a
broad.
weird pull to like. I'm gonna choose to help you with your
Yeah.
goddamn
'Cause
life.
I can tell that you're not as good as me.
But like, what are
Which
you
says
doing?
more about me than it does you, but you're
Yeah.
not going to know that because you're stupid and depressed. Instead of getting on meds that will probably help you, I'm going to guide you because I've lived a life that is better than yours.
So I was dating this doctor, and like I was like so impressed since I was dating this doctor,
Mhm.
and like she's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a life coach, and I'm like, okay, and she's like, yeah, and I'm like, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a life coach, and it was the only thing I don't like is tomorrow I have to like they live down on a gravel road. I'm like, no life coach should ever live on a gravel road, but okay, that's and I'm like, if I can see this, you
Yeah.
should be able to see this as a doctor.
Yeah. The only thing she didn't like was that they lived on a gravel road.
Yeah, because she couldn't drive her Lexus down.
They live on a fucking co-op in Farley or something.
I don't know what
My grandma doing life coaching.
It's like, and I'm like, and then like we didn't talk for like like 4 months, and
Uh-huh.
I then we started talking again. I'm like, how'd that life coach go? And she's like, I stopped that shit.
Well, I feel like that's something that became an industry when people realized that they could just make therapy like sexy
Yeah, I guess that's what it is.
and not
yeah.
functional or like helpful
or work.
medical. You know,
Yeah.
like
with no degree.
all,
I
I mean,
don't know.
all you really got to do is eat better and exercise. That's it. Write this down.
Work out, eat right.
Train your brain. You know,
And
fucking
read a
make
little
sure
bit.
you do stuff. Read a little bit.
Yeah, I tell people like you
Put
don't
food
have to
that's
read
good
a
in your tummy.
you don't have to read a book. If you read a Playboy
Yeah.
and you're looking at titties, and then like every once in a while you look at the article, like
Sure.
that's a win.
Read a.
That's
yeah,
a
read
fucking win.
If you're on the internet, you're reading stuff.
Yeah.
Probably.
Like just read an article.
Yeah, just work your brain.
Even if
a
it's
little
like,
bit.
even if it's one of those fake articles,
Mhm.
you see punctuation, you see
Yeah.
word
Words
structure.
that- new words.
Yeah, you see something. You'll learn a little.
Use your brain just a tad.
Please.
I don't know what people, because I don't do anything. Like today I did nothing at all. And I felt like my fucking body was going to explode out of boredom and anger. Because I
How?
was just like so fucking like, I don't know. I don't know what it was. Like yesterday I did shows this weekend in Northwest Arkansas.
How was that?
They were great.
Okay.
I did 2 shows on Saturday and
Where like Lowell?
Bentonville,
Okay.
Walmart town.
Mm.
So they were for like rich people. I made decent money, which is great. And then I got a hotel for free from the booker, which is even better.
Even better.
But yeah, and I'm not drinking, so I didn't drink. So I wasn't hungover. I drove home. What fucked me up is I went to Hy-Vee, got a full cart of shit, realized how much money I'd be spending, and knew I could get it for like half the price at Walmart. Left the cart in the baby aisle. I'd never done that in my life. I felt terrible about it. I
Was it
still
like
feel bad.
refrigerated shit?
No,
and, like,
no,
okay.
no. It was produce mostly. That would probably go bad in the baby aisle. But I think the only
Yeah,
thing
by
that
the time they see it, the bananas are fucking rot.
I think the only thing that was like needed to be refrigerated was guacamole, but it was sealed. But anyway, so then I went to
So
Walmart
fucking random.
and got stuff, and I got home and unpacked everything, and I was just like fucking dead tired, dude, like beat out my fucking ass. So like I took a nap and I was just like trying. And today I just felt like I needed to recover more.
Oh.
And then, dude, honestly, what makes me more mad than anything? So this is so fucking stupid. T-Mobile.
Again.
No, this is a good thing they did. They do a thing every Tuesday that's like free giveaway Tuesdays or whatever.
Okay.
So their giveaway was MLB TV. I got free MLB TV.
Beautiful.
I'll pay them whatever they want now, honestly. But
You give me the one thing I love.
what bothers me about it is because MLB's fucking TV shit is so fucked up. If I'm in the area that's designated the Kansas City, like the Royals, Bally Sports, whatever,
Right.
it's blacked out on MLB TV. So I can't watch the Royals. So I have to go to a fucking website where it's like not torrented, but streamed illegally, and then watch them.
Right.
And then lo and behold, the Royals fucking suck. They're terrible.
Are they
This
that
is
bad?
why they're not that bad, but dude, they're so fucking.
How's Greinke go? How was Greinke
He did
opening?
great.
Okay.
He did
good?
great. He's like the only good pitcher they've got. And then Brad Keller did really well too. The first two games were good, but like on pitching wise, but then the offense ate total shit until like the 8th inning when we ended up winning it. In the first one and then I think the 10th and the second
Is
one.
Perez still on the team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Will he just retire as a Royal? He'll just forever be
yeah,
a
he
Royal?
will. I think he's got 5 years left on his contract.
Oh,
He'll be done.
jeez.
But so like yesterday they lost 17-3. They got the shit kicked out of them. And then all their young
17 to
pitchers.
3.
Dude,
Holy
what
shit.
pisses me off also is that they've been drafting all these college pitchers, and now they're all finally up in the majors the past couple of years, and they all fucking suck. They're all terrible, and they all pitched yesterday and just ate it. They ate it. They fucking.
That's why they got
one of them got
73.
sent back down to the minors today.
Oh, no.
But I think they knew that was going to happen anyway. And
How would you feel if you were a baseball
that you
player?
have to go back to Omaha.
Yeah.
Fine, I guess.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't know. I mean, I would be okay with it if I knew I fucking stunk. But yeah, and then today they were just like, they were already down 2-0 in the first inning. I just get mad watching baseball now, watching the Royals, and I have for years, and that's like one of the reasons I was fine with not having baseball, like TV or whatever,
Right.
because they're so fucking bad. And it's not that they're bad; they're just incredibly mediocre and boring. They have nobody excited. They have one really exciting player who's a prospect, but he's like 20 years old, 21 years old.
So what makes you so what makes you think that they had why did they have that success for those 2 years? What's it just
Everything worked out.
it's just because all the good teams were shitty?
No, I mean that first year in 2014 was like
Well, New York was okay that year.
New York's. I think New York's good almost every year, but like, so, in 2014 they got hot towards the end, and then just kept that momentum because they were just made the wild card. They weren't supposed to make it. You know, they only won 90 games that year. They didn't do much in the regular season. But the next year they were the best team in the American League the whole year.
Yeah.
So like that 1 year was for sure their season. Not all the guys that were supposed to do well did well. Like Hosmer and Moose were fine for like most of the run, but they had bad seasons. Perez was pretty middle of the road, but trades were good. They made good trades for the most part. I think Zobrist and Cueto. Cueto wasn't really that good for us, but he was good in the World Series. It just worked, you know. Sometimes it just worked. And the defense was good, and the pitch. Is
Cueto still in the league still?
Yeah.
Okay.
He got signed to a minor league deal, I think, by the White Sox. But yeah, so our relief pitching was like revolutionarily good.
Okay.
It like made all other teams think that they need 3 people at the back of their bullpen to end games. For like 6 years, that was like the thing. And then our defense was good. Couldn't hit home runs. Really couldn't hit that much at all. Barely hit home runs. Never walked. Didn't get on base a lot. I don't know how he won. Looking back,
Right.
it was crazy.
Is Dyson still in the league? That's what I was going to ask.
So I think he's probably in the minors or something. But he bounced around for the past few years. But yeah, dude, it's just like it's really frustrating. And it's only been 4 games,
Right.
which isn't fair. But
4 games? That's it, and you're already.
I know. But there's guys on the team that just need to be fucking released or sent down because they're not good anymore.
Like who? Who would you say?
Carlos Santana, Hunter Dozier. There was one guy I didn't really care for, but he's been our only good hitter this year, Andrew Benintendi, so he's all right.
Santana. Holy shit.
Yeah, so there's like guys that we signed to bad contracts that we can't get rid of, basically, because nobody wants them. Because they suck at defense, they can't hit. So yeah,
Well,
and we have
I-
young people to replace them in the minors, but whatever.
Oh.
It's really frustrating. So yeah, I was just like seething for like an hour in my basement. And like I was trying my hardest to get into the right mindset to just write something at all.
Right.
Just a free write,
Yeah.
whatever, because
Mhm.
I've barely written the past couple weeks. Or do something.
God,
There
isn't
was
it
just,
like
no
sometimes it's so
motivation.
fucking hard?
No motivation at all.
And
I've
you're
got
like-
notebooks right in front of me all day. Pens, notebooks,
And
joke
you
books,
will
everything.
just do everything other than
Everything
just
in
do
my
that.
power to not do that. I played my
It's
Switch.
fucking
Played my
insane.
Switch for a bit.
Yeah.
Just fucked around on that. Played the same game I play all the time for no fucking reason.
Mm-hmm.
In just the least productive day of my life, probably.
Right. Like that's what made me crazy because like I just wrote down. I spent like 20 minutes writing down like I need a right tackle,
Yeah.
2 backups,
Yeah.
3rd string. I was
That's it.
able to write that,
Yeah.
but I can't write a fucking story. I can't
Yeah.
work on a story today.
Can't write a fucking like.
Just a sentence.
I think what hit me was that the shows went really well, and I got paid good, but then like the come down is so like gradual from that
Right.
that it fucking
How many people do you know? How
at the
big is-
shows.
Yeah.
The first one. So like it was done at this like private social club. Like
Oh,
this
okay,
rich people
so-
place in Bentonville. So these people pay like.
Do you know the
200
the Walmart people are trying to buy the Broncos?
Do
They're
they really?
yeah. They're like there's a
Word.
word out that they their bet was $7 billion. They
Yeah.
they're offered $7 billion, and so like
Wow.
because it's how that thing is like the family that owned the Broncos are just
Mhm.
releasing them. They're like we're just
Yeah.
done with this, and so like it goes to the
Well,
highest
guy
bidder.
died, I think, didn't he?
I
What's
don't know,
his
something
name?
like that, yeah.
Or
And
his
so
wife's,
like it
died.
goes to the highest bidder. It
Oh.
automatically goes to the highest bidder.
That's
So
crazy.
they were like, there's a rumor that they offered $7 billion to a team,
That's
to a
crazy.
fucking football team.
That's probably like at least triple what they're worth.
Good God! But imagine if they get them to. Oh God, it's the Empire thing.
Walmart's in Denver. Are there Walmarts in Denver? Yeah, there are. I know there are. I know there are. Absolutely, and in and around. Okay.
But yeah, so like this was
I'm surprised they don't own one already.
That's kind of true too.
Because like David Glass owned the Royals. He's not a Walton, but he was from Walmart money.
Oh really?
Yeah, he bought the Royals. That's why he was so fucking cheap.
Mm.
That's why
That
we
makes
sucked
sense.
so bad until
Till his last days.
until he found somebody that drafted okay, and then still sucked for a long time with him. But yeah, I've just been like trying my hardest to not fucking to do nothing basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It drives me insane because then I get mad at myself. Also, I need to go to fucking. I'm selling my old car and I can't find the title for it, so I need to go. I was doing everything in my power to not go to the DMV to get a title thing.
Oh
to
God.
to get that, and then I gotta fucking like find the title to my car that I'm driving now at my grandparents' house. It's just all this shit I don't. Whenever this stuff pops up, I'm like, I'm not an adult at all.
No, it's like I fucking hate.
I can't.
Yeah, I hate dealing with that shit too. I'm just
like
I'm like I have to fucking deal with taxes still. I was like shit.
I got my tax return back, a whole $80. Pretty cool.
Aren't you happy?
I was, yeah.
I'm glad I got
I was
this.
pretty happy about that. I was surprised I was getting anything. I didn't really work that much last year.
Well,
Thanks,
Enough-
Hy-Vee.
yeah, enough to thanks,
Yeah.
Hypey. I forgot. Yeah, you did work that job for a total of like 10 seconds.
Like 2 months, I think.
Yeah, you're like I remember when you
cool.
told me you got that job. Then I remember when literally like then you turn back around like I quit.
I had it for 2 months, and then I
Well,
comedy
because you
came back,
yeah, and then
and then I
you
just
had
went on
moved.
tour
Yeah,
for
then you moved.
2 months. Yeah, it was great. That was a good summer.
Mhm.
But yeah, I just like the productivity after shows that went well really hit me like the anti-productivity really hit me
Mm.
for some reason.
Well, that's why you have to do the writing to like keep that
I know.
feeling up
I haven't
that
written
you're doing
a joke
stuff.
in so long.
Like not even like a premise or
Like
nothing.
an attempt.
Nothing.
Well, my
Nothing.
jokes are short, so like the joke is the premise. The
Mhm.
premise is the joke. And I just haven't thought of anything. I've thought of them, I think, but I don't. They're not like in my head.
Isn't
you
that
know?
crazy though? Sometimes like you can go days and you won't even think about it. You're like la 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 la. You do whatever you do,
Yeah.
whatever, and then like day 6 will roll around. You're like, wait, I haven't thought of anything. And you're
I
like,
do
what
that
the
all the
fuck?
time.
And you freak the fuck out because you're like, wait, what am I doing with my life?
My brain is empty all the time.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, sometimes I'm just like so tired of thinking of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. My writing process is 2 months out of the year I'll just joke, thinking constantly jokes, and then the rest of the year I don't think about them at all.
Isn't that crazy? We're like,
It's
yeah,
great.
I like living like this.
It's fine. And then I get because I get so fucking tired of thinking in jokes that I want to quit. And then that's when I know to stop trying to write jokes. Whether I wrote any good ones or not, it doesn't matter.
Man, it's so different because it's like, because you can just write little things. Like, I'll write a whole story.
Yeah.
And
That's what I've been doing is just like writing short stories instead now.
And what's so funny is like you'll write like 13 pages, 20 pages, and then, all right, well,
done for the
we're
year.
done with that. And then I got to move on to the other ones. Like, got to think of a whole fucking thing now. And that's what I'm right now. I'm like in the research stage of like writing and trying to figure out how I want to structure it.
Yeah.
So it's all doing that, but this is all bullshit because it's leading up to even writing a story.
Draft.
Yeah. And then that first draft, you're writing a first draft and you're like, okay, at moments you're like, this is fucking gold. This is great. But then you realize none of this will probably stay.
Yeah.
None of this will stay.
Yeah.
Because it can't. The first idea can never stay.
No.
Like, you'll have like maybe one or two ideas.
Like the hollow shell of it.
Yeah.
You know, and it's full of other shit.
It's like, ugh. Why do we do this?
I don't know. I ordered a writing prompt book.
Another one?
Yeah. So that other one, it's okay. I'm okay with it, but this one's more like surreal. Like it's from this YouTube channel called Pursuit of Wonder, and it's like philosophy, kind of like situational, existential stuff that I'm kind of into.
Right.
And yeah, I'm interested about this one. This one's exciting. It was also $25 fucking. It's way too much. It better be really thought-provoking.
It better rock my socks.
It better provoke some thought.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
I'm gonna lose my fucking mind
again.
I made too much money at my comedy shows this weekend, and I spent a lot of money on a fucking writing prompt book. For Christ's sake,
well,
who am I?
How are your shows going?
These ones were good, dude. Like, and the ones I'm running have been good too. Like the Weston one was good. The two I ran at Mockingbird the past few weeks were really surprisingly good. Yeah, like, I mean, even the patio one, we did it inside because it was cold, but the crowd that was there stayed for the show. They tipped like shit, but whatever, they were there, which is more than I can ask. I got 2 more at the end of this month in Weston at the Weston Wine Company. And
oh yeah, I saw the thing for that.
And Grand Royal, I think. I keep forgetting the name of it. It's the cocktail bar attached to the St. George.
Okay, there's a cocktail bar attached to the St. George.
I think it used to be the gift shop.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They got rid of the gift shop, huh?
I think they did. I think so. Well, the lady who owns the Weston Wine Company also like co-owns that place with O'Malley's.
Oh.
So it's like a joint venture with them. And they after she showed me the wine company, she was like, we got this other place down the road, and we just walked there. And it's 3 like bar, small room.
I need to go down there because I could probably film shit.
Cool.
I could probably film shit there
swanky.
And not have to pay
nothing.
They would probably just be happy that someone's using the room.
Cool, yeah. I mean, people
what am I doing
there? Like, she says that they're pretty popular because people come to Weston who don't want to go to P&L.
Right.
And fucking
which is so weird that people love coming up here. Isn't it weird to you?
Voted the most beautiful small town in Missouri.
Every year. We win every year. It's insane. Well, it's like we have Apple Fest.
Yeah. And Irish Fest.
And I will fucking put money on it. Come. Tell us that your city produces something better than Apple Fest, and I will tell you're a fucking liar.
Yeah,
I'm looking at you right in the camera. I'm looking at every fucking camera. You're not better than Apple Fest.
You think there's something cool like that going down in fucking Fawcett?
Yeah, never.
Come on.
Plattsburgh,
Lawson?
Harrisonville.
Eat
Fuck
shit.
yourself. You have no clue.
And then to turn around
Dumplings?
a week later and have Irish Fest? The fucking most diabolical drunk shit show in Northwest Missouri history? I don't think so.
I would
on my
love.
Watch. I don't have my watch on.
Do you guys have a cave? that people get drunk
With
in. That
other
all it
caves in
takes one drop of water, the whole thing goes up in flames,
That's it.
and everyone dies. Do you have that? I don't think so.
I worked the door there a couple weekends ago.
Do you?
Yeah, because that was the
Looking at ID, do you even look at it like, all right, whatever?
They told me to, and I forgot most of the time. But yeah, I did. When they looked like young, I was like, all right. They're all born in '99, which is old enough.
What's
crazy.
the youngest year that you can?
2002 is I mean 2001
is
tomorrow,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The rest of the year, 2001.
Wow. Ain't that insane?
Yeah. There's a bunch of kids that were like 22 years old that looked like they were 17.
Like, kid, what the hell are you doing?
One of them was my cousin. I didn't recognize her, but she was remember Zach Buckler?
Yeah.
Zach's sister.
Oh, she's of age now?
She's 23.
Holy hell.
Yeah. I just remember when she was a kid.
Yeah, isn't it crazy that there is a group of kids that like, because we're in our 30s,
We're
so
old.
their kids are 20.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, wow, John. Wow. Okay. How I meant to say that was like in the sense of like in our town we grew up in,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing. It's like, wow, those kids that we used to see that were little kids now
It's
what
wild.
they saw us at. Like,
Yeah.
we're like, ooh, look at these old people. We're geezers now. We're starting to. We're like the
Yeah.
beginning geezers.
It's kind of crazy.
God, I miss Applefest though.
I haven't been.
I love
in a long
Applefest.
time.
Every year, it's such a fun thing to do.
You go every year?
Damn near, yeah.
What do you get there? You get like.
I go to
root beer
the
and shit?
dumplings,
Dumplings.
the apple dumpling.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't get it with ice cream though.
Yeah.
No ice cream.
Okay.
I think hot with cold. I don't like it. Makes it soggy. Make things soggy.
You
I don't
gotta
like
eat it
things
quick.
soggy. Yeah, but I don't like eating quick. I don't want to enjoy. I want to enjoy shit.
Sure.
So if I
Yeah.
want to slow, if I want to take a bite, go away 10 minutes, come back, I'll do it. But it'll be
Yeah.
soggy. That's why I can't get ice cream.
All right. That makes sense. Didn't think you were taking so long to eat your apple dumpling. You like them. You're just scarfing them down.
Yum, 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 yum.
Give me the dumpling. Fucker. I
Fucker.
haven't been to one of those in a long time. I should go.
Yeah, they're fun. Was it you that told me that RJ's isn't anymore?
It's called Beers to You.
Yeah.
Great pun. It's a nice. I mean, it's basically just RJ's on the inside, just not full of complete pieces of shit. But it's like the new local bar.
Really?
Like, yeah, I don't know what
Beers
happened
for
to-
you.
I don't know what happened to the bunkhouse, but it's not open that much.
Yeah. Why is it? It's like I drive every time I drive by, I always see if it's
I
open.
think
or
they're
not.
open for like lunch, but I don't think it's
Who
like a.
is going there for lunch?
I don't know. I mean, it's not bad food. I've
Really?
had food.
I've never
Burgers are
had
fine.
bunkhouse food for.
Burgers
lunch.
are all right.
Really?
I think. Yeah. I mean, it's like bar food. It's good bar food.
Okay.
But yeah, bunkhouse used to fucking. I would rather hang out there.
Dude, it
than,
used to kick.
I know. Well, 'cause I like it because it's so fucking. It's like a longhouse. It's so fucking long and like it's not spacious, but there's enough room to.
No, you're
move.
right on each other's nuts.
Yeah, but like Beers to You is just kind of like stacked, and you are literally on.
Yeah.
You know, so
Well, there's
when
the
there's
little
like
bar,
30
and then
people there,
there's-
you're suffocating.
Yeah.
And then there's the pool room, which is you gotta keep your distance for the pool people. Take it out, the fucking pool. Put the pool thing in the parking lot.
Mhm.
Give it a space. Fuck it. Shit.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
true. And just drag it in and out every night.
Drag it in and out. Yeah. Yeah. Put it on your back. Pick it up.
Yeah.
You got this. Yeah, Weston's hopping, dog.
Did you ever go to a cigar bar? You know what?
No.
Cigar. Okay, this is my thing with cigars.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea of it, awesome. Like you and I, we go get like a scotch, have a
Yeah.
cigar. The thought of it, amazing,
Yeah.
cool thing. You actually do it.
Both those things taste like shit.
It is the worst thing in the world. You're like, you drink the scotch. You're like,
Yeah.
this is not what it.
This-
Because in my brain, there's no taste to it.
Yeah.
You just get drunk,
Mm-hmm.
and then when you
And it
when you
hits your
taste the
tongue.
cigar, it's like, oh, this is like smoking a chicken bone, and I don't like this either. And
Cuban, huh? Cool.
real cool. I think, oh, this one, Guatemalan, tastes kind of like that Cuban.
Yeah. Not supposed to inhale, huh?
Well, that's why
Alright.
that's why I want to throw up now, huh?
Yeah.
Okay,
I haven't had a cigar.
this is awful.
I don't know if I've ever. I know I've had like a real cigar. I think, but like smoking a Swisher Sweet,
Oh,
not bad.
not bad. Rather
Not
do that.
good.
Rather do that.
Rather have weed in it, but sometimes I forget that my full-time job as stand-up comedian.
Right.
Because I still feel weird about talking about smoking weed. I don't smoke that much weed, but like every now and then I will.
Mhm. Well, you have your card inside that, so you can do that.
I don't. Yeah, I do. I'm medically inhibited.
Yeah.
Is that the term? I don't know. My medics are inhibited.
Yeah.
I have anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
I can't sleep good.
It's so. We're gonna look back on
Sometimes
this
I have
time.
to take an allergy pill at night to
We're
fall
gonna
asleep.
we're gonna really look back on this time and be like, wow, this is what we're doing. That's what they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost like you see, like, you look at museums and you see, like, oh, George Washington had wooden teeth, huh?
Yeah.
It's like, huh?
How did he get there?
Yeah.
What the hell happened to that guy?
Yeah, they're gonna look at us and
What
think the
happened to
same
his
thing.
fucking bone teeth?
Yeah.
What happened to his teeth that were made
Bit
out
of
of stuff that's harder than wood?
Why aren't those in his mouth anymore? Like, think about that though. Like, think about, like, they fucked up, like, teeth so much back then.
Think about kissing somebody back then. 'Cause that, like, watching Deadwood, like,
The
people
smells.
make out. Not a lot. It's not that much fucking in there, like, intimate.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully they're not kissing that much. But yeah, it's just like,
The smells.
what do you wash your mouth out with?
Yeah.
You just everybody's hammered.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's just smashed.
They had to. That's the reason why they were drunk so much. So they
Yeah.
get rid of. They just didn't care about the smells.
Because you don't get sick from drinking, like, booze. As
Yeah.
opposed to water.
Yeah, most of the time
Contaminated.
they would tell you to drink alcohol. That's just why they probably drink more alcohol, because
Yeah,
water was
boil
so
your water.
fucking gross.
And not everybody can boil water.
Yeah.
Man, I am glad that we live
Now,
in the the U.S. of A, baby.
what's so funny is, like, sometimes I'm like, I feel so bougie. I'm like, I like to drink my gallon of water. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Uh-huh.
And people back then would be like, you have that faucet water? That's
Yeah, you're gonna die.
pretty fine. You could have just drank that.
Faucet
instead.
water in Weston's pretty good.
Is it? I
Not
don't know.
bad. Yeah, that's what's in that bottle right now. Our refrigerator went out. The water line got fucked up or something.
Oh.
I usually get the water from.
God damn
I
it.
was scared. Don't get me wrong, because I drank Weston water years ago and it wasn't as good, but now it's pretty good.
Okay.
Wow, I fill up like 3 bottles every night and then just multiple times. I drink a lot of water. I really go ham on water.
That's what you should do. Well, you don't
No.
drink it anymore. So
I know. Well, I did that when I was drinking too. I was just like, I gotta fucking. It's either that or I go through like chapstick all the time. I get
Mm.
dry quick.
okay. Yeah, it's true. Chapstick is important.
What I got? Yeah, it is important. Hold on.
Mine's over there, sitting on the
Boing,
counter.
yoing, 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 yoing.
I like the Carmax strawberry.
Yeah.
That's where it's at
Good.
for me. That's where it's at.
I got the Nivea, not this one, but the best one I ever had was Nivea Milk and Honey.
Ooh.
Yeah, real fancy shit. It's always on
Damn.
sale at Target or Harvey.
Harvey?
It's always on
Harvey.
sale at
The
Harvey's.
Harvey.
Yeah.
The Harvey.
Oh boy. Oh yeah, I got bongos.
Yeah, you do have bongos. Yeah, what's your inspirational quote for the week?
Don't you think it's weird that we used to kill birds just for the ink in their feathers? Now we just milk them.
You know, birds aren't real anymore.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard.
Well, that's why COVID happened.
That's why what?
That's
Oh,
why COVID happened, was because they had to go and replace all the birds with, drones
Robots.
and robots so they could spy on us more.
Yeah.
And that's why 9/11 happened. And that's the reason why you always. That's
Is
the
it
reason why.
working in reverse?
Yeah,
What the fuck? What if that just kind of happened?
that'd be crazy.
What if we were just getting rewound and we just didn't notice?
No, we had no clue at
Gotta
all.
keep the brain turning.
God.
I'm gonna write a joke about getting rewound soon.
Mm.
Here we go. I don't think I've ever written anything inspirational. Every time I try to write something that's like pseudo deep,
Yeah.
it always ends up being like something that sounds post-apocalyptic.
Or you're
there's
like,
nothing
no,
left.
I'm never gonna keep this. Yeah,
There's nothing left. Well, it's never something I would tell on stage anyway. But
Right.
Since COVID hit, and like climate change and everything, every show is like post-apocalyptic show.
Yeah.
Basically,
Yeah.
I mean, like, they're not everyone, obviously, but a lot of them have and that aren't about zombies. Thank God.
Right.
It's just a bunch of like, we were hit by the flu, and everybody died. Like, there's one on HBO called Station 11, and it's a flu pandemic, but the flu, like, they get it, and then within 15 minutes they're dead.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Damn.
it wipes out, like, most of the world, obviously. But some people are immune for whatever reason. And it's pretty good.
Huh?
But at the same time, it's like, oh, yeah, everybody's fucking dead.
This kind of happened. This kind of just happened.
It could.
There was something I did want to talk to you about because I haven't seen you. Which, surprisingly, I haven't said anything to you, or you haven't said anything to me that has made me slap you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I kind of wanted to
Forgot about that.
Yeah, I kind of want to get your opinion on this. On like, what was your thoughts on? Because you are a comedian.
When I first saw it, I thought the Chris Rock.
Did you
Will
see it
Smith-
live?
No.
Okay.
I wasn't watching the Oscars, but
I saw it live. I was watching the Oscars.
when I first saw it, I thought it was fake.
Yeah, so did I.
'Cause it looked like
It looked staged.
amateur, first of all, which says a lot about the Academy.
Yeah.
Second of all, yeah, it looked like
For a bunch of actors.
I thought they were just like buds and they planned it. And
Yeah.
It looked like they were good actors. It was planned really well. You know? Nope.
Nope. Not at all.
Will Smith's just a fucking
Psycho.
You know. What was funny is that, like, and this has been dissected a billion times so everybody knows, but he laughed at the joke.
Yeah.
And then looked at Jada and was like, well, I got to redeem myself.
Yep.
And then he went over and just slapped Chris Rock. Like in front of like 20 million people. That's crazy. Just think about the mental gymnastics your brain you have to go through to get to that point.
Right.
To get to the point where, what if it would have been hilarious if he wasn't in the front row.
And he had to come all the way for this.
Rafters or something. Hey, keep my wife's name out your motherfucking mouth. What? That'd be great.
I said.
And then
Keep
somebody hand the
my-
mic over to him.
Yeah.
It's crazy he didn't get escorted out.
No, I know. And then he won like Employee of the Year
Yeah.
moments later.
Yeah. And then he was talking about like the opposite of the shit that he just did. Like friendship and peace will win overall. You know?
It's like you just slapped the shit out of a man, dude.
It was crazy. Like after that, the aftermath of that, and then everybody digging into like Will Smith's history or whatever, and finding all the times that he made fun of bald people. It's crazy. There was one. He was on Arsenio Hall back when he was doing Fresh Prince when he was young, and one of Arsenio Hall's like bandmates had alopecia and was bald.
Oh God.
And then Will Smith made fun of him for being bald, and then people laughed or whatever, and he probably was like, well, actually, I got alopecia. And then Will Smith was like, it's just a joke. You know?
I'm about to go do
like,
Independence Day.
I'm just goofing around. You know, like I was just fucking around. I'm funny. I'm a funny guy.
Yeah, well.
I mean, the joke
say.
that Chris Rock said was garbage, but he didn't write it.
Yeah, I mean, like it was a low hanging fruit joke.
Yeah,
it was supposed to be a throwaway joke.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
as
And Will
someone-
Smith loved.
Yeah,
He loved it
yeah.
because he probably isn't very happy with Jada, and she's not happy with him. This is what I don't like about like shit like that, is that like now I care, even a modicum about their dynamic.
Well, you have to care a little bit because
You don't.
it's not even caring. It's like you just have to be noticing it.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
You know, unless you don't get on anything. I applaud fucking Rowan. She doesn't have like anything downloaded on her phone.
Really?
So like if she wants to make a post, she has to like re-download it, and because it drives, you see what all that shit does to your mental health.
Sure, it's not fucking good.
And she was just like, nah, I'm getting rid of it. And I wonder how long it took before she found out about that whole thing. I wonder if she even knows about it today.
Today.
I don't know.
Huh.
But yeah, that was one of the reasons I was so fucking like distraught today before I got here, is just like my go-to is subconsciously to pick my phone up and just look at shit that I've seen like 100 fucking times. There's nothing I'm getting out of this.
Yeah.
My go-to
Same
should be
So I tell people to post and ghost.
picking up a pen and writing down anything.
Mm-hmm.
Not picking up my go-to should be picking my phone up and then just bashing my head in with it. Seeing how strong that Gorilla Glass is on iPhones.
Right.
But yeah, man, fucking Will Smith got banned for 10 years. He didn't get arrested. He's probably going to pay Chris Rock like a cool $10 million, something.
Right.
Some sort of. The funny thing about that is like in the aftermath too, I was doing shows and people were talking like, the host or whatever would talk about it. And whenever I was hosting shows, I'd forgotten about it.
Right.
Like, I don't talk about that shit anyway. I don't care about what's going on.
Yeah, because
they
your jokes
would,
aren't
like,
about that.
No, I'm not going to fucking... But like people would come up to me and be like, "Hey, what'd you think about that?" And I was like, "What if somebody would have slapped you?" I was like, "I'd fucking hit him back."
Yeah,
And
you
first
wouldn't
of
have
all,
walked
like,
away.
You don't have Will Smith's money, and I don't have Chris Rock's lawyers,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa. So we're just gonna fucking hash this out in the moment, I guess. I'm surprised Chris Rock didn't fucking punch him back.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
But it was
on
also
that.
like a surprising thing to happen.
Yeah,
that
it's just like,
nobody
what the
should have ever
fuck?
done.
Like, this motherfucker just really slapped me.
Yeah,
He really slapped me.
it's crazy.
It's insane. It was-
I mean, I really hope, because there's been violence against comedians before for shit that they'd said, and I don't think it's, obviously don't punch a fucking comedian or throw a glass at them or
Yeah.
whatever. But I hope it doesn't empower people in crowds to think that that's like an appropriate thing to do.
But I don't
Yeah.
think. But like, I just don't get how people can go and see comedy
Mm-hmm.
and actually and be offended. Like you should be going into this knowing that you're going to be offended.
Sure.
You're going to
At
be.
least the option is available.
Yeah,
know?
because it's a joke. It's a room full of jokes.
Mhm.
We're trying to make something that's not that's not funny
Yeah.
funny.
And it's surprising because, like, I've done all these shows in the Midwest where
Mhm.
people are generally more conservative and not as, like, quote unquote fun
Right.
or whatever. And they are 100% of the time, like, perfectly fine with being offended.
Just don't talk about
A lot of
Jesus.
the people, like, of course, a lot of rich people don't like it. They don't like being fucking talked down to because it feels like that to them. A lot of people on the coast don't like it because, like, I don't know, like, they're empowered to have a voice, not just on the coast, obviously, but, like, there's people in Kansas City who are like that too, and it's happened here. It's not really to me. But, like, they feel like what they have to say about something that bothers them is important.
Mm-hmm.
And at
Yeah.
a comedy show, it's not.
Nope, not one bit.
It's like, it's like watching your TV and
Mm-hmm.
talking to your TV about something that bothered you.
It's like
Don't.
don't
But also, like, the comedians should be better at shutting shit down.
like you are.
Yeah, you should get heckled more.
How are
I
you with
think-
heckling?
Great. I did a
You
show. Did I tell you about Council Bluffs?
Uh-uh.
I don't think I'd seen it. It was the show was fine, but the crowd sucked. They hated.
Oh, they just hated being
Well,
there.
they hated the guy I brought,
Okay.
and he isn't as good.
Who did you?
I don't think you know. His name's Kyle.
Okay.
He wasn't. He's
Kyle
not Hopkins. Yeah.
Hopkins. They didn't like Kyle Hopkins.
No, I mean, it was like a bunch of white people who probably don't like gay people. Kyle was
He's-
talking about how he was, like, gay, and they liked his
I didn't know he was
autistic
gay.
stuff.
I didn't know he was
yeah,
gay.
he came out a few. He's like bi or whatever, but
Oh, good for him, man.
or queer, I think.
I
Yeah,
do what you want.
But
to
they
do.
didn't-
I should say it like that.
they didn't
It's
really.
fucking stupid.
Well, that's what bi people do. They do what they want.
Right.
That's great. Good for them.
Yeah, good for you. Good
But
for,
they didn't care about that shit at all.
okay.
And he dug a hole that he almost got out of a couple of times, like with some others. He had jokes they liked one of the gay jokes, which was funny because I didn't even get it. Which, like, these people, did they get it?
No.
How'd they get it and I didn't get it? But anyway, and then some of the autistic stuff worked. But yeah, he just, like, it's one of those sets where it was impossible from the get-go. Also, they came for the guy that went up before him. Most of them did. And they loved him, and then after that, they kind of checked out and got more drunk.
So weird how.
Fucking Wednesday in Council Bluffs, Iowa.
Yeah, it's so weird that how crowds could do that. It's like,
They can all turn.
Yeah.
But then I went up, dude, and I was supposed to do like 30, and I think I did 30. But for 20 minutes, I was just ripping on them for being fucking stupid.
Right.
And I was, because I come from the same shit that they come from, like small town, dumb, fuck white people. So, like, it's endearing when I say it. But I went up there. First thing I said was, man, I'm not sure if you guys are homophobic or you just hate autistic people, but I think it's both. And they laughed at that. But yeah, dude,
wow.
it was like,
Nice.
I shut them down,
Mhm.
and they weren't like talking to me that like violently or whatever. They weren't mad about what I was saying because I didn't do any jokes. I did like 5 jokes in 30
Right.
minutes. But I was just making fun of them. And I was hoping they would say something to me so I could keep it going.
Mhm.
Because that's how you get good at doing that shit.
Yeah.
You fucking do that at open mics or whatever. and you get good at talking to people who are everyday people who wouldn't normally A, go to comedy shows, B, talk to the performer.
Right.
You just got to do it. There's nothing Chris Rock could have done in that situation.
Yeah.
Nothing other than being like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. You
He
could
wasn't
either,
like,
because he was
well,
his
he wasn't
lose-lose.
He wasn't like fucking bowed up or anything.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're going to fight. He just like, the
Wail
slap was
laid
just crazy.
Just waylaid out.
It was so dramatic. That's why I thought it was fake.
Yeah.
It was like such an actor slap.
Yeah. It's like, what?
It was beautiful. And then Chris didn't even move.
No.
He like just stood
giant
his
fucking pussy
ground.
just, like,
that
fucking
was
just
crazy
slapping.
too.
I was like, okay. All
If-
right.
yeah,
well.
man. If it was me, like that fight or flight would kick in, and I don't know what the fuck I would do. Honestly,
Yeah.
Chris didn't do either of them.
You just all right. Well, you just went into some great TV. All right. Well, I'm just gonna.
I feel like
Fuck.
his shoes were like weighted down or something.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know, man. He got hit pretty hard and
Pretty
didn't
hard.
move at all.
Nope.
And he's
not
not
at
like
all.
a big guy. Will
Mm-mm.
Smith's pretty big. I don't know. It's crazy.
It is what it is.
I hope
guess.
it doesn't happen again.
No, I hope it doesn't happen. I don't know if it doesn't happen to you. I hope it doesn't happen to any
No,
comedian.
it's not gonna happen to me, man.
Because it's just
That'd
so
be
fucking
hilarious.
stupid. It's just such a stupid thing to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's dumb.
It hasn't happened at the Cave show. Like it hasn't even come close to happening.
Because you shouldn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't think it's gonna happen because that's like probably the most conservative show
Right.
that I run, just because like military people from Leavenworth come to it.
Okay.
Nice. Middle-aged white people go to it, and they fucking love it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. It's not like we're like being outwardly bad towards them or anything, but like we're making fun of what they like, a lot of it, and they're cool with it.
Hmm.
That's what people
Good.
need to be. It's just like
Just be
aware,
cool with it.
like what you like, whatever, as long as it doesn't hurt anybody. But also like be aware that it's up for grabs to be made fun of by anybody.
Yep.
And if your wife is bald, maybe she's gonna get a G.I. Jane joke told about her. It's not a good joke. He should have
No.
just. I mean, it's on. I think the worst part about that is that Will Smith thought it was funny. It sucked. It's a bad joke.
Yeah, it's
I think
not the-
G.I. Jane 2 was already made.
Was
I
it?
think. I don't know. I'm thinking that Hilary Duff Disney movie where she
Let the rain fall down for my dreams. Sons of
G.I. Lorraine or something. Yeah.
All that means.
You watch Laguna Beach?
Yeah. Yes, I don't know.
It's on Paramount.
I think that might have been. Is it really?
Yeah. All the old MTV shows are on Paramount.
God bless them.
I
God
watched
bless those.
Jackass Forever. Great.
How was it? Good.
Made me
Lot of
miss all
dicks.
my friends.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It
Yeah.
was very nostalgic and then cool at the same time. Also saw the movie X. Did you see that? Ever heard of that movie?
Yeah. So,
Did you see it?
Project X?
No.
Or is it, yeah, it was about
X.
the party. It was about that kid's
No,
party.
That's Project X.
Okay.
This one is just called X. It's an A24 horror movie kind of like exploitation 70s.
Okay. I don't think I
ish.
saw it. No.
It's all right. It's like a slasher film.
I'm
from
thinking of
the
like
80s.
I think I might VHS.
No, but probably something like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That kind
it's
of
about
weirdness.
these kids are these not kids, they're adults. These adults are making a porn on a farm in Texas.
Okay,
where
no, but the
they-
one I'm thinking of, the like they're doing a porno in a hotel, and the
that
girl
VHS?
turns into a demon. She ends up being
no,
a demon.
No, so this one's about like nobody.
Wow, we're thinking of way
Well, I'll give
two
it-
different movies. Yeah.
I'll give it away.
Yeah, who cares?
The wife of the man whose house they went to, kills them.
Okay.
Basically, because she's like not okay with getting old and ugly or whatever. That's
Mm.
kind of the
What,
point.
movie,
of it, I
what
think.
year was it made?
This year. It's brand new. It was
X.
in theaters.
Okay, X.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't really know why it was called X. Probably just generic.
Just
lettering,
yeah,
whatever.
X.
It was fine. It was a good movie.
good.
It was fun.
All right. Well,
Watch it.
Aaron, we're like an hour and 7 minutes in. So, do you want to? I guess.
67 minutes.
Do you want to? I guess do any plugs or anything? Or?
Yeah. So, the comedy show at the Weston Wine Company. It's called Good Grapes. I don't know why.
What night?
What night is it? The 20. Hold on. I think it's the 23rd.
Okay.
Something. Shit, I don't remember.
You like that? It's Obama.
21st.
It's Obama 18.
Oh, cool.
Hi.
Cubans.
Yeah.
It's the 21st.
Okay.
It's $10. And then Hot Waffle on the 23rd.
Ooh,
at
Hot Waffle.
Old Mockingbird Lounge.
How's Mockingbird Lounge?
It's great.
Great.
Uh,
Go check out Mockingbird Lounge.
Go check
You
out
haven't?
Mockingbird Lounge.
It's
And
great.
on the 28th, the West End show, The Cave, is back, and it's going to be a good one. And then on the May 1st is the first one at Grand Royal, or Royal Grand, I think is what it's called.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Hold on, what's it? Royal Deluxe.
Royal Deluxe. There we go.
God damn it.
We'll get it. We'll
Royal
get there.
Deluxe. It's like all these names for a Wes Anderson movie. It's a Royal Deluxe.
That is a Wes Anderson title
I
for
know.
a movie, yeah.
And it's going to be in downtown Weston.
Nice.
And in the St. George, basically. And that's also $10. So, yeah, that's pretty much
Pretty much it?
the shows I'm running. I mean, there's another one at this place in Overland Park called Vivo.
Vivo.
I got that last Wednesday of every month.
Okay.
So check it out.
Well, all right. Well,
we're dancing, baby.
like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all my other videos, my vlogs, podcast, my solo podcast, other podcasts I've done with Aaron, the Baron Friendship. Check it all out. There'll probably be a link to it all. There should be a link to it all in the descriptions. I'm just gonna start doing that. I'll just do that. Hope everyone's having a good
Holiday.
Ramadan going on right
Is it
now.
Oh, yeah, it is Ramadan.
Ramadan's going on this
Happy
time.
Ramadan.
The 17th is Passover, so have a good Passover. Then the 21st is Easter's
Of April?
of this month, yeah.
I never know when
Yeah.
Easter is.
So have a good Easter. I don't know if we'll see you guys before then, but if we do, then
Probably.
we'll say it again. If not, then
Happy
happy all of that stuff.
Happy.
I guess we'll see you guys on the next episode, whenever that is.
Trying to think if I booked a show on Easter.
Easter.
Then when I forgot, it was a fucking holiday.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right. Well.
I love you.
All right. Bye.